Imagine walking into a store with a single dollar and walking out with a live predator, or flipping through a comic book and finding ads for dangerous pets sold for pocket change. And if you had 20 bucks, a high-powered rifle could be shipped straight to your front door, no questions asked. This was America in the 1960s. Legitimate companies ran these ads in family magazines and department store catalogs, right alongside toys and lawnmowers. The offers were wild, reckless, and completely legal. Today, they'd be unthinkable, and trying them would land you behind bars. These are 7 unbelievable deals from the 1960s that could get you arrested now. Open any Superman comic from 1965 and flip to the back pages. Right there, between the X-ray glasses and sea monkey advertisements, you'd find the deal of a lifetime. Live baby alligators, only $1. The Sunshine House Company in Florida was moving thousands of these reptiles every month through mail order. Kids across America sent their dollar bills in envelopes and received real living baby alligators through the U.S. Postal Service. The alligators arrived in small cardboard boxes with air holes about the size of a hamster and completely adorable. For $1, you owned an exotic predator that would grow to 6 feet long with bone-crushing jaws. No permits required, no age restrictions, no safety warnings. The company included basic care instructions, but conveniently forgot to mention that your cute pet would soon need to eat larger prey than fish flakes. Within months, families discovered their dollar investment had become a dangerous predator stalking their other pets. Parents found themselves building elaborate enclosures in their backyards or scrambling to find zoos willing to take their rapidly growing gators. Some families made tragic mistakes in disposal that created the urban legends about alligators living in city sewers. Today, that same baby alligator would cost thousands of dollars in permits, licensing fees, facility inspections, and specialized veterinary care. Most states have banned private alligator ownership entirely. That $1 comic book ad would now be a federal crime. The 1963 Sears catalog treated high-powered rifles like kitchen appliances. Page 458 featured a Remington .22 caliber rifle for just $17.95, about $180 in today's money. Want something with more stopping power? A Winchester Model 94 lever-action rifle cost $89.95. The ordering process was as simple as buying a toaster. Fill out the order form, include your check or money order, mail it to Sears in Chicago. Within a week, your new rifle would arrive at your front door via regular mail delivery. No background checks, no waiting periods, no federal forms, no age verification. If you had the money and could write your address, you could own a firearm. The postal worker would leave your rifle on the front porch with the rest of the day's packages. Sears sold over 400 guns daily during peak hunting season. Montgomery Ward and J.C. Penney offered similar catalogs with equally impressive arsenals. These weren't specialty weapons shops. These were family department stores where you bought school clothes and Christmas presents. A 15-year-old could save his lawn mowing money, order a hunting rifle, and receive delivery while his parents were at work. Thousands of American teenagers bought their first firearms this way. The Gun Control Act of 1968 ended mail-order gun sales, requiring licensed dealers and federal background checks. Today, that $17.95 rifle deal would land the seller in federal prison for weapons trafficking. California's Vacaville prison advertised the best-paying job behind bars, human test subject for pharmaceutical companies. Inmates could earn $30 per month testing experimental drugs, industrial chemicals, and potential medical treatments. With regular prison jobs paying just $10 monthly, the medical experiments attracted long waiting lists. Over 2,600 prisoners volunteered for studies between 1960 and 1977, making Vacaville one of the most profitable research facilities in America. The deal worked for everyone involved. Pharmaceutical companies got reliable test subjects for their experimental drugs. Inmates earned triple wages while contributing to medical research. Prison officials collected substantial payments for providing research facilities. Companies tested everything from new medications to industrial pesticides on willing volunteers who understood the risks involved. Government agencies studied how chemical weapons might affect human physiology by experimenting on prisoners instead of soldiers. Some volunteers experienced serious side effects. One inmate developed muscle-wasting disease from experimental drugs. Another suffered chemical burns from industrial solvent testing. But the $30 monthly pay made these the most coveted jobs in the prison system. The federal government banned most prisoner medical testing in 1976. Today, paying inmates to test experimental drugs would result in federal charges for human trafficking and medical malpractice. That $30 monthly deal is now considered a crime against humanity. Every summer, traveling circuses rolled into small American towns, offering incredible entertainment for pocket change. For 50 cents, less than a modern candy bar, entire families could watch bears ride bicycles, elephants balance on balls, and chimpanzees smoke cigarettes. These weren't elaborate productions like Ringling Brothers. These were small operations that set up in empty lots and fairgrounds, featuring animals performing amazing tricks that defied nature. Kids would beg their parents for 2 quarters to see real exotic animals up close. The shows were remarkable. Bears pedaled bicycles around rings while wearing tutus. Elephants stood on their heads and walked on tightropes. Chimpanzees dressed in human clothes and performed comedy routines that had audiences roaring with laughter. Families drove hours to attend these performances because they offered something television couldn't provide: real animals doing impossible things right in front of your eyes. The 50-cent admission bought memories that lasted a lifetime. The animals lived as professional performers with specialized training and valuable skills. Trainers invested significant time and money developing acts that required incredible coordination between humans and animals. Animal rights regulations eventually made these shows impossible to operate. Today, most of these animal acts would be considered felony animal cruelty. That 50-cent family entertainment deal is now a federal crime. The Gilbert U-238 Atomic Energy Lab was the crown jewel of 1960s Christmas presents. For just $19.95, parents could give their children a chemistry set containing real uranium ore, a functioning Geiger counter, and enough radioactive material to trigger radiation detectors across the room. The set was marketed as educational entertainment that would give kids a head start in atomic science. The instruction manual encouraged children to watch the pretty glow from radium samples and observe radioactive particles zipping through a cloud chamber. Gilbert sold thousands of these sets to eager parents who wanted to encourage their children's interest in science. The uranium ore samples were genuine, the same material used in nuclear weapons. Kids could handle weapons-grade radioactive material in their bedrooms and basements. The Geiger counter included in the kit would click constantly as children conducted experiments with their uranium samples. Parents thought they were providing advanced scientific education. They were actually exposing their kids to cancer-causing radiation. Other chemistry sets included mercury for children to play with using their bare hands. Live bacteria cultures that could cause serious infections came standard. Some sets contained enough explosive compounds to blow out windows if mixed incorrectly. Today, owning the radioactive materials found in that $20 toy would require federal licensing, regular inspections, and hazardous material storage facilities. The FBI would investigate anyone attempting to acquire weapons-grade uranium. That Christmas chemistry set is now classified as radioactive material trafficking. The miracle pesticide was sprayed everywhere, on crops, in neighborhoods, even directly on people at public events. Hardware stores sold DDT by the gallon with no warnings about cancer risks. Hardware stores across America sold DDT pesticide by the gallon for just $2. about $20 today. Homeowners could walk into any farm supply store and purchase industrial-strength pesticide that would eliminate every insect on their property. DDT was marketed as the miracle pesticide that would solve all pest problems forever. The chemical was so effective that it eliminated mosquitoes, flies, and crop-destroying insects with a single application. Families could enjoy pest-free backyards and gardens for months after one treatment. The pesticide worked so well that communities could eliminate disease-carrying mosquitoes that spread malaria and other tropical illnesses. Public health officials sprayed DDT in neighborhoods to protect children from insect-borne diseases that had plagued humanity for centuries. Farmers purchased DDT by the truckload to protect their crops from insects that would otherwise destroy entire harvests. Food prices stayed low because growers could rely on DDT to protect their investments in seeds, fertilizer, and labor. Children would chase DDT trucks through neighborhoods like ice cream vendors, playing in the chemical fog that was so thick it obscured vision across entire city blocks. Families organized picnics in freshly sprayed parks because DDT was considered completely safe for human contact. The Environmental Protection Agency banned DDT in 1972 after studies suggested it might harm bird populations. Today, purchasing gallons of DDT would result in federal charges for possessing banned pesticides. That $2 hardware store deal is now environmental terrorism. These incredible deals vanished between 1968 and 1976 as federal agencies decided that Americans couldn't handle freedom of choice. The Gun Control Act ended mail-order firearms. The Federal Insecticide Act banned effective pesticides. The Consumer Product Safety Commission eliminated dangerous toys. Each regulation destroyed deals that had defined American consumer freedom for generations. Personal choice gave way to government approval. Individual risk assessment became illegal when bureaucrats decided that citizens couldn't evaluate dangers for themselves. The deals that once made America unique are now federal crimes. That dollar alligator would require thousands in permits. The $20 rifle needs background checks and waiting periods. The 50-cent circus is animal cruelty. The uranium chemistry set is weapons trafficking. We traded incredible bargains for bureaucratic safety theater. The America where ordinary people could buy extraordinary things for pocket change is gone forever. Those days when comic book ads sold dangerous pets and hardware stores stocked banned chemicals will never return. Whether we're safer or just more controlled remains an open question. But one thing is certain, the deals of the 1960s were absolutely crazy, and every single one would land you in federal prison today. Anyway, that's it for the video, folks. Bye.